The Island 3 update is almost here inside of the Forge, and I'm going to show you how you are able to get these stuff early. In this video, I'm going to go over literally every single thing that is super important that you need to know in order to make sure you're completely ready for this update and that you're literally able to finish the update as soon as it comes out. All I ask is please subscribe. That's literally it. Let's get right into it. I don't want to waste any time. It's going to be a long one. Alright, step number 1, it is your armor, and obviously we already know armor is very essential. If you don't have it, you're probably gonna die in this new update. The developers have also gone ahead and leaked brand new bosses that you'll be able to fight inside this update, so it's best to know that you have the best armor. You're gonna need the top of the line stuff, but personally for myself, I'm using something like iron. Iron was the primary thing that I used inside my recipe. It's super cheap to do and it's very easy to get done. For my recipe, I believe I did 12 iron for chestplate, by the way. 12 iron with 11 not obsidian, actually, uranium. Yes, 11 uranium, and then you also go and throw in 11 mithril, and then the last one can either be lightite or obsidian, but lightite is better. And if you do this, you have an 81% chance at a heavy chest plate, and your goal is to get the Dark Knight stuff. For the other types of armor, such as heavy leggings and heavy helmet, you're literally doing the same thing, except you're dropping down the numbers until it gets to a very good chance of you actually obtaining it. So for heavy leggings, I believe it is, you're gonna want 8777, and then less for, helmet. You want to keep it at that ratio because it ensures that you actually get the max buffs on your armor, and then you just want to go ahead throw in a bunch of ruins on them. Personally, I've used Briar Notch ruins. Make sure that all of the ruins you actually use have 2 enchants on them. And by that, I mean they have 2 perks. So, for example, as you can see on this thing, I have Swiftness, which gives me extra movement speed, and Berserker. It ensures that you make the best out of your armor, and it's going to be very important that you actually have some sort of speed when it comes to this brand new update. Because like I said, there is huge bosses that you're going to have to fight, bro. You don't want to be getting hit by those super easily, and this armor set allows you to, run very quickly. You're probably wondering what you should get for your sword, and in the meantime, I'm actually going to go ahead and put that to the side, because although you might think having a very good sword is important, it's actually less important than you think. The next thing we're going to target is money, and as you can see, I have been cooking on that. I have over 1 million saved up. And that is what you want to also have. It's actually super easy to do this. I did go and make a complete video on it too. If you watch this video right here, you would completely know it, but I'm gonna go over it again. Getting essence inside of this game is currently the best way to obtain money. However, there is something you can actually do in order to maximize the stuff that you can get in terms of essence, but also ores. What I highly recommend is going to your best area. For me, it's obviously the depths, in the basalt vein or whatever it is, and the area where the volcanic rocks is preferably the location that you want to go. It is the best spot in order to do this. Although some of these essences don't really matter, our goal is to maximize on epic essence, greater essence, and superior essence. If we can get those, we're literally just cooking for the update, bro. We're gonna be so set. All you do to get those is fight these NPCs. If you have a hard time, PvPing with them, or you don't have a very good sword to where you can instantly kill them, you can actually block. They actually made it so much easier to block. If you press F, as you can see, it just blocks. It's much easier to do now. Obviously, if you still do it too early, they can hit you. But the Reaper is a lot harder to block in oh my god. The Reaper, as I was saying, is a lot harder to block in comparison to other things. But guys like the Death Axe, bro, I literally just 2-shot him. And even grinding an hour of this is going to be very helpful, especially if you don't have a lot of money. And I highly recommend you do it if you don't have a lot of cash. We actually have tons of pickaxes leaked, which I highly recommend you guys save up cash for, because let me show you, they're very expensive. Here's one of the pickaxes that were quote-unquote leaked, and as you can see, this thing has a resale price of 1.1 million. The price that the game actually shows you for pickaxes is the money you would get if you were to sell it, so meaning if it's 1.1 million, the pickaxe itself is probably 1.5 million. And actually, quickly we found out that that specific leak was fake. However, the developers actually decided to add it to the game. As you can see, Fire Attack said, we noticed some false news about a new pickaxe spreading around social media. And then as you can see, they literally went ahead and added it, bro. This thing looks sick. I don't know how they did it, but they managed to get it look just as good as the original. So props to them for that. But without a doubt, regardless if this sword was gonna be real or not, I guarantee you things are gonna go into the millions for this brand new updates because it is big. This is by far probably gonna be one of the biggest updates we get in the game for a very long time too, because it's been in the week or in the work for like 3 weeks, which is insane. So if you do get these essence, it will help you out tremendously when the update comes around. And as you can see, I just blocked the Reaper, but it looks like he blocked me back, which I did not know he could do. And the best part is, doing this, you're also gonna get something called the Dark Bone Knight, especially if you're doing it down here. And what you can do is go ahead, place all the Dark Bone Knights into the forge, and then make more armor out of it. If I actually get a heavy chest plate and his Dark Knight, it's gonna be worth a lot. Oh, okay, we got heavy leggings. Yes, that's good. That's Dark Knight leggings. So I will go ahead and actually take that. There we go. And you'll see this thing can sell for quite a lot. You do want to still make sure you do cook on this mini game because it is going to affect the price of what you sell it for. And even if, like, bro, this is not, you know, your armor isn't good, this thing itself is already good in terms of, like, giving you damage or protection. And as you can see, it has a 98 defense, which is not good. But, like, if you're a new player, it's pretty good. You do also get a bunch of Slimite if you kill the slimes. However, in my opinion, those are the most annoying NPCs inside the entire game. And like I said, doing this will ensure that when this update comes in the game, you can already go for some of the best pickaxes inside the entire update. If you have the best pickaxes, you are able to obtain literally every single one of the best ores that come in the updates, and it will just give you a big lead. Say goodbye to all of these. It's time to move on. And that is actually why I also said you should not go specifically for a sword, because no matter what sword you make with the best materials, I literally use Darkrai in order to make mine. However, obviously, with the new update, it's going to bring such more things into the index section. So there is just genuinely not much point in wasting, especially what you have, in order to craft this. Don't get me wrong. I still think it is very important on getting these ores because they are still probably going to be very useful in the brand new update. Such things such as Lightite. This literally gives you a speed boost and it has a crazy multiplier. Something I talked about in my last video, you can notice that there is around a 5 times multiplier from the first world in the game to the second world, and this is pretty consistent when you look at stuff, except obviously, you know, the Forgotten Kingdom just has a lot more, but it's pretty consistent. So basically what I'm saying is something like Cobalt, as you can see, it's worth 1 times, right? So the next update, the worst item in there is probably gonna be worth, you know, 5 times. The numbers drastically increase. Sorry, I can't even speak English. We just got a lot of stuff to get through. But Darkrai, Uranium, Mithril, and all that stuff, they are still going to hold a lot of value. So let me show you how you can get them very easily. For the stuff that's going to hold probably a bit less value than the others, such as, you know, you got Uranium, Ior, Mithril, and Lightite. You can actually AFK those by standing somewhere right here, and you literally just mine the basalt veins as long as, you know, you have a pickaxe that allows you to do this. I should mention that sometimes you are going to have to check on this because the ores will move in a spot where your pickaxe will not actually hit them anymore. But this is how I was able to obtain a lot. And the best part is, even if you get like diamonds and stuff, just go ahead and take it to the forge, bro. You can just take it here, throw them inside of here, and, you know, make stuff and then sell it. Because remember, the leggings I just made earlier, yeah, those things are worth 3,000, and that's not even the best it can get. So you might as well do it. But if you want things like Darkrai and Demonite, obviously you're going to have to do it down here. Now, something I highly recommend you try and get to happen is to where there's 2 volcanic rocks next to each other and you mine them at the same time. It's basically double the progress and it's very good. But on top of that, make sure you use these luck potions. They can actually be bought for, I believe, like 350 coins, and it's genuinely worth it. Although it only lasts 5 minutes, you will be able to make so much more, especially if you're endgame. And if you see anything in the rock that you might be interested in, go ahead and fully destroy it. If not, just leave it, and 30 seconds later, it's going to regrow. In the meantime, you can just, go ahead, start beating up a ton of enemies again, max out them essence. And hey, it's all a great way to earn some levels. The next topic I really want to cover is ruins, because I feel like a lot of players don't look into this as much. And this is super important, not just for armor, but your weapons, bro. Your tools, your weapon as well as your pickaxe are very important for this. If you have an arcane pickaxe and you don't have ruins on it, you're literally missing out so much. And as you can see, I have 3 minor shard ruins. Minor shard ruins are obviously the only ones you can put on it, but let's go ahead and head to the spawn so I can show you how OP it is. If we head on over here to the ruin maker and go ahead talk to him, blah blah blah, yep, there we go. And then let's look at our weapon or pickaxe. As you can see, these minor shard ruins all have this perk right here where I am getting 16% overall luck increase. Now, I believe actually one of them is 15%. Yeah, like, I think this third one that I put on was 15%, and that's because I just started, like, slacking. But you definitely want to go ahead and get the maximum percent, which is 16. And keep in mind, at the moment, we're playing this update, minor shards are only in tier 1. As you can see, it says yield 1. It says swift mining 1, luck 1, stuff like that. It's not very insane at the moment. However, within the next few updates, or even in this upcoming update, you can expect tier 2s, tier 3s, and etc. So you definitely want to get these for now. However, they might be replaced later on. And the best part is, for a pickaxe, you actually only need to ever get 3 inside the entire game, because you could just select it and then you can detach it. However, keep in mind, there is a little bit of a hefty price, so I definitely recommend you start grinding the money. You are also able to do the same thing with armor, of course. For me, armor, bro, I kind of neglect this and I don't look at it as much, but always, like I said, make sure there is 2 perks on armor, bro. You can maximize so much if you ensure that happens. Also, depending on what you put on your armor, it can actually go ahead and buff your overall damage on your sword. So it's pretty good. Like, as you can see, I got 12% increased physical damage right there, 13% right there, and then another 15%. That adds up very quickly. And keep in mind, you can always unlock more ruin slots. However, you do have to go to this enhancer and actually upgrade your stuff. Currently, I have my things at level 6. I believe level 6 is like the highest you could really go at the moment. Everything past that has not actually been made available in the game yet. It's extremely hard to do so. And even when you enhance your armor or, upgrade its level, the stats still go up. That's what this number in the parentheses is. That's the difference. 189 was the original and 246 is what it is now. So yeah, definitely make sure you collect your ruins. I've already gone ahead and actually saved up a bunch in my inventory. As you can see, everything favorited is something I'm probably interested in keeping for some reason. But on to the next topic, races. This is something that I know a lot of you guys want to get, and that is in between, obviously Angel and Demon. Well, what if I told you with the spins that you actually probably have left, you don't want to get any of these? Yes, you heard that right. Right now, in my opinion, the best race in the game is Angel. However, a very close second up is Dwarf, which is a 7%. So if you have this, you're literally already chilling. Some of the brand new races coming into the game include things like Archangel, and there's a bunch more that aren't so good, but I can rest assure you that if they're adding new races, some of them gotta be better in some way or form. There's probably also gonna be more races added in terms of, fighting bosses, ones that give you perks for fighting bosses. So in the meantime, what I recommend is actually go ahead and try to unlock all your race slots. I think this one is level 30 and this one over here is level 100. So it takes some time, but unlock them all. I promise it's going to benefit you so much. The next super important thing that you're going to want to do, and I promise you want to do this, because if you don't do this, there's a very good chance you might not even be able to play the brand new update. You want to head over to these guys, and whether it's Captain Rowan, this Isaac dude, you want to talk to them and complete every single one of their quests. In case you didn't realize, when you actually came to the Forgotten Kingdom, there was quests that you had to complete. As you can see, complete the quest, end of the beginning, and then you also had to reach level 10. Although I don't think you're gonna need to, reach level 130 like I have for the brand new update, you are probably gonna need to complete some sort of quest line. And I believe this masked stranger has like an infinite quest line, so you don't really want to do that. But Captain Rowan, aka one of the main characters now with this game's storyline, you want to complete his quest, and he is gonna help you ensure you can get access to this, but also, finish Sensei Moro's. These are all pretty decently easy quests to complete, especially if you're a little bit endgame. And they'll ensure that, you're not left behind when the new world comes in. There is obviously that slight chance, that they are going to put like a quest guy over here, because the way you probably get to this new world is going to be through this gate. I mean, I see why not. It actually literally right now leads to a dead end. I went in free cam, and as you can see, there's nothing here. So in the future, they're probably going to put something there, and they're going to ask you to complete some quests. So definitely be ready in case that happens. In this video, I'm making sure that you have everything possible that they could, ask us for. So that way, as soon as the update comes out, you literally go to the new world, purchase the best stuff, and get grinding for the new armor. Which, of course, by the way, I will be sure to have all of the recipes that you need to know as soon as the update comes out. And something else you can get if you're like super rich, bro, is a demonite pickaxe. Obviously, you do have to, or the demonic pickaxe, sorry. But obviously, you do have to give demonite to this scout guy. I actually went ahead and completely disregarded this. The demonic pickaxe, sorry, is a little bit better than the arcane pickaxe. However, for the price that you have to pay to put ruins on it and stuff like that, it's just not worth it. The pickaxe itself costs, I believe, 700,000, right? If I go over here, no, it's actually 500,000 base price. But on top of that, if you want to get runes and all that good stuff, expect to pay at least like 700k. The next very also important thing that I should tell you guys is to finish your achievements. Now, I will say there is one that you can't do right now. It's the boss hunter. And for this, you have to kill bosses which are not in the game right now. So it would be really nice to finish that. But there is other ones that are very important to do, such as dedicated player. By far, in my opinion, the best one. This literally gives you a luck boost up to 40% for 100 hours played. I went ahead and literally finished that. That was my #1 goal inside the game. I haven't really done so much of the other stuff. Like, I haven't explored all the areas. I don't think you can even finish all that. Ruins applied, haven't cared about that. Experience master, this really doesn't matter too much. Armor smith, I don't care about this either. But, the rest are still pretty good. Mine power is pretty good, but this one you have to mine a lot of rocks. But yeah, just go for dedicated player, man. It's the best one you can get. And for my last and final tip for you guys is literally just subscribe, bro. Because as soon as this update comes out, I'm going to cover everything, every secret you need to know, all of that good stuff. And I will be sure you have all the information you need. But until then, I cannot wait to catch y'all with the brand new update. And I'll catch y'all all in the next video. Hurry up and watch this video on the screen right here. It's one of my favorites and it's a way better video than this one. Hurry, pick it fast because this video is about to end in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hurry!